I mean, I'd be honoured to come along with you, but I'd feel kind of bad. You just kind of left this big muddy streak all the way into the dorm.
Can you not cast a spell? Press a what?
Press the digitation.
Yeah,
Yes.
that one. The one with the 9 syllables.
That's a little slower than you think about. Now just kind of waves a hand. Just leave it to the puppets.
Okay, that's fine. Silas is coming with us, so Aaron's gonna whistle and call Mint's name, right?
That depends. Big B did.
Mint is with Silas.
Ah, never mind.
Well,
Cool.
actually, no, never mind. If Silence is on campus, then no, Mint is probably in his room. So.
Clean, please, Mint.
Problem with that is, belongs to Silas. So.
Yeah. I'm assuming at some point Silas has probably overridden whatever kind of preset commands Lee has left in. So,
yeah.
Mint, in fact, does not come out. However, Chocolate does.
Oh, good. At least one of you is. All right. Hi, Chocolate. Could you clean, please?
He gives a nod, runs off.
All right. Normally I would say hop on, but I don't know if you want to like get disgustingly muddy, or do you want to just take a few seconds to clean? I don't.
We already kind of did that yesterday. No offense, it was kind of awkward.
I think it was
Can I just-
fine, other
can I
than
walk?
wanting to. God, people are so slow.
There's nothing wrong with being slow. I'm just going to walk.
Fine, I'll meet you at the hedge maze, and I will go back to the hedge maze.
Sure, you can
And
return
at this
with.
point, you'll see Ippos would see the massive metal dog run past towards the hedge maze.
Don't care. He has his things he's doing.
Okay, carry on then. Just figured I'd try to get the party together.
I mean, Ipos is vaguely interested in the maze, but he has his own magical Simon Says to do. So, he's got a thing with his friend, whereas you keep insulting him.
Yeah.
Rip boss.
Thought
Yes,
I'd try.
You can return with Marie in tow. She kind of just waves at. Wait, so who's that's tall one Silas, yes?
Tall one is Silas. You can tell by the pompous atmosphere. The one where you can't tell anything about is Ash. That one's Wolf, the one covered in mud. And
you've got more mud.
Yeah, we have plenty
It's
of
not
mud.
wrong.
And that one's Prismelody, the one who looks like a snake.
Oh, I mean, I'm aware of Prismelody. Hello. You play very good music.
Prismelody will give a short bow.
So what exactly? She kind of looks to the hedgeman. Is all this?
I have no idea. I know there's a line, and we're waiting to go in. I figured we would get the down low when we actually got to the door, hopefully.
Tinder also brings up a good point. Let's quick a fast magic science says, because I would like all of you to be here for the hedge maze. It is in fact.
I mean, I was just letting you deal with things in the
And,
order you wanted to deal with them in.
I know, but I don't necessarily deal with things at great order. I'm only human. Which I assume while everyone else has been worried about, Epos goes off to find Aster.
Yeah. That he's basically dancing in the rain until probably like after breakfast when people start leaving dorms, going about and doing things, and then he goes and finds Aster.
Sure. You can probably find Aster kind of just vaguely sizzling in the rain as he... What would he be doing?
Sizzling in the rain?
Yeah, he's sizzling in the rain, but like, you can't just sizzle by yourself.
I mean, you can. It's depressing, but you can.
I'm also pretty sure he's the only person sizzling right now.
Depends how emo he is.
He is pretty emo. Yeah, he's standing there sizzling, looking up into the rain. You think you can hear a Naruto theme like playing in his head?
No, that would be the psychics hearing that. But
Yeah, Ippos will basically just bounce up to him and poke him in the side to get his attention.
Oh, hello, Epos.
Hi. Sorry, that's sort of almost going Cadme-ish, but not, and I don't like that.
You're both Fae, it's fine.
Ippos is not
It
Fae.
The generic Fae.
your class is literally Fae.
No, my class is I talk to Fae and have weird Fae stuff. It doesn't mean that I am Fae.
Also,
fair
it
enough.
also makes sense you have a Fae accent. You're basically raised by Fae.
To a degree. It was like, hey, you busy? You want to go do magic stuff again? Get more shiny coins.
Sure. Didn't you break that yesterday?
No. It was no break things. Just went little fuzzy. It's fine. Not got in trouble yet, so got away with it.
Don't quite think that's how trouble works, but, well, if we go inside and it's broken, we're out of the rain, I guess.
Yes. He just sort of bounces along. Ippos likes the rain, apparently.
Actually, I suppose a question I haven't asked. What does Epos have, like, different clothes, or does he just have the one thing he wears?
Oh no, he just has the one set of clothes.
Oh, Epos. Oh, Epos.
And he does not have prestidigitation.
Oh, no.
I did not give it to him.
Superheated
No,
Airboy.
I did give it to him. Okay. Apparently he does have
never mind.
prestidigitation.
Superheated Airboy does no longer need to stand too far away.
I forgot, it's because it's not on the druid list, it's on the sorcerer list, but it is one of the sorcerer spells I gave him.
Right, I see.
I think. My sheet is confusing.
That's what happens when you have two classes. But you can make it to the magical Simon Says. This is probably a period after Silas has created the color pool in the middle. It appears, you kind of step in, you notice a few people kind of like pushing it heavily to trying to get to start. And it does, after like a few more presses. It's taken a lot of abuse.
I know do that. Who did that? Who break it?
Well,
It's
doesn't
very
matter.
depressed.
Turns out there is indeed a spirit within it who's, also crying.
He's not happy with all the abuse he's receiving from school children.
I know I'm not. Yes. You can wait probably a couple of minutes before people get frustrated and go, fuck this, and leave the slightly malfunctioning machine.
Bounces up, looks at it, taps it, it's like, oh, new thing, hard mode.
That means, I'm assuming, you probably know what that means.
I know what hard is. Hard like rock, hard.
Yes. I want to say just before we do this, try not to blow it up.
I'm not blowing up. I blow nothing up.
What option do you choose, normal or hard?
I really want to go hard, but I know I'm going to fuck myself over with it. But I'll go hard anyway.
Okay.
Sort of jams the button until it works.
In which case, with the two of you being there, two options pop up instead not the three that Silas, Asha, and Lillian got. First is actually very fitting for you two. You rolled very lucky. Lightning bolt into fire, which I mean,
taser beam.
Yeah, you tase a person, they cry, and you fulfill the machine's wishes. It lusts for more blood.
I rolled really poorly.
probably a good thing. The second option, or the second one that flashes up, is a 1 and a 0.
I don't know what classes he is. I don't know how many spell slots he has. I can throw one of my first level sorcerer spells at it if he wants to do the
Sure.
cantrip.
Yeah, he'll click his fingers together and like a small flash of light appears.
I just hit it with
Doesn't-
more lightning.
Does Epos have spellcraft?
No.
Okay, never mind. More lightning is appropriate. And last one. Number 1, a skull, and a hand kind of casting out a fireball appears.
I shall cast Itching Curse, first level necromancy spell.
Mm-hmm. And Aster can fulfill the last one with another basic, what is essentially burning hands.
Woohoo!
Get your coin spat out at you.
Ching 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 ching.
And you get 5.
Sweet.
You keep rolling very specifically well on these coin rolls.
I cry every time.
I will give him 3 because I took an extra one yesterday, so he gets an extra one today, and it balances out.
Aww, Epos has feelings.
Ipos just wants to be fair,
That's fair.
and then I'll jam the button again.
Let's see. Okay. As Epos jams the button, can you give me a charisma check?
Oh god, charisma or use magic?
You could use magic if you wish.
That feels like, are you sure about that?
It might matter, who knows?
23 use magic?
As Epos presses it again, it doesn't activate, but Epos feels a very, very specific... You know that when you're casting a spell, you can kind of feel the energy leave your body. And as you tap the thing, it feels like that's what this machine is trying to do to you right now. But you have a decent control over just the objects of which you interact with and your own sort of own magical essence that doesn't appear to draw anything off you. But as you attempt to press the next button, nothing happens.
Sort of presses it, frowns, like, no, you will not take magic from me, I throw magic at you, no, bad. And sort of pokes it with his spear.
Epos, no. This is how we get in trouble.
It misbehave, it tries steal magic from me.
Aster kind of goes up and taps it. I don't feel anything. Are you sure?
I know what I feel. Does it work when Aster taps it?
No.
Oh.
Just kind of... Epos is probably, your 2 caster classes. You probably have a good enough understanding that magic is the sort of thing that happens when people dances and says words. Aster never really does any of that. You think he's maybe just not in the proper way for the machine to attempt to vampire him. Aster kind of looks at things and says, you'll probably find this next bit a bit boring, but I'm going to go find a teacher. This feels... Epos. This is technically, I say this very liberally, our fault.
No. I do nothing wrong.
Okay, well, even if we did nothing wrong, it's still my moral obligation as a student of this academy to make sure that nobody, I don't know, dies.
They no die, it's fine.
I suppose, I think we're done here for today. Plus, I'm gonna go find a teacher.
Boring. Grumble. He just sort of sits down next to the magic cube thing, grumbling and sulking, basically.
Aster just sighs and says, "Don't sulk too much. I'll be back eventually. Probably. There should be a teacher nearby." And he kind of goes off in search of teacher.
I was really relying on this to get me more than 2 coins. But I
You'd rather
wanted
give
to
up.
be fair, even though I carry this kid.
Perhaps.
All I need him for is for fire.
He did an evocation, I think. Probably.
Yeah, but I can do evocations. I just can't do fire without specific preparations.
Well, it is your problem of picking up pretty much one of the few fire elementalists on campus.
Does he ever come back with the teacher?
After about 5 minutes, he's still gone. Admittedly, the spell labs aren't really a place where faculty tends to hang out. It tends to be a sort of go in and use it on your own time sort of thing.
Well, Epos will basically wait like 10-15 minutes and then get bored and wandered off.
Fair enough. He does not, in fact, return within the 50 minutes at least that you'd wait.
It's like, it's not that big of a campus. They can find him if need be. The other kid can explain well enough. Wandering off.
It's fine, Apo sticks out.
He
It's one of the
really does.
Probably like 2 kobolds on campus.
I need to find the other kobold.
And
He
you need to kill him
shall-
to use your evil twin.
There can only be one.
I was going to say he will be my bestest friend, but killing him also works.
There's no in between.
Turns out he's like an earth elemental. Not elemental, elementalist.
It's a shame Rose isn't here so I could have pulled off the evil Alana idea. Oh well. Evil Alanas will make their appearance one day.
I suppose Ipos will go back and stash his 2 new coins, and if the others see him on the way and invite him, then he'll head over to the hedge maze. Question is, would Aaron actually invite Ipos?
The politeness is not up to Aaron here.
Mary was actually kind of vaguely friendly towards Ipos. She'll probably, when you're kind of like walking back to the dorm, Mary will kind of give Ipos a wave and say, "Oh, hey Ipos, how are you finding campus?"
His boring, stupid magic box thing broke. Sort of kicks a clump of dirt.
Nobody was hurt, I hope.
Shrugs. It tries steal magic. It go bad.
That does sound bad, yes.
Friend gone to tell teacher. He not come back, so then got bored. So Ipos come back.
Hopefully I've managed to deal with it. Well, if you're a bit bored, we are going over there, and she points to hedge.
Sort of looks over, blinks, blink, blink. Where'd that come from?
Can you roll me a perception, please?
I certainly can. I think I... Oh, no, I have no ranks in perception either.
Ooh, okay, never mind. Epos, you thought you felt something, but... Oh, no, it's a B.
Ipos talks to the bee and basically tells it off, and then goes on his way. But he'll basically say to Mary, "I suppose Ipos come. I put things back and then I come catch up. I not be long."
Aaron mouths the word, "Why?"
Mary, probably a little bit after Epos is gone, Mary will say, "I don't know, he seems like he said he ate bugs and he lived underground. I'm sure he was better at me than navigating a maze."
I mean, it's not faulty logic, I guess.
I mean,
But-
I know... I'm sure you got me because I'm wonderful and talented and everything like that.
I was
But,
gonna do the future sight thing, I'll admit, and also I like
Oh.
hanging out with you.
Aw, Aaron.
What? Reasonable.
Oh, thank you. But that takes me a while. I'm also not much of an outdoors gal.
It's fair. I did make a few assumptions during this, so.
I think technically Lillian's better of a whole future.
Is she?
She's studying the magic of it, so yes, I'm mostly here for book learning.
Oh, well, I mean, okay, I suppose. I'll take your word for it. But
Wait,
you're here
Marie,
now.
you can see
so-
the future?
Seeing is very, very strong of a word. It's more she rummages around in a few of her pockets and kind of pulls out a Harrow deck. A friend of mine was very kind in teaching me the proper way of determining meaning from these.
Oh, you're a harrower.
Uh, sort of.
Sounds harrowing.
Yes.
Aaron smiles.
This experience is harrowing. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes it's like it seems very accurate. Other times it's like, no, oh, this is just all bad. But sometimes it has a nugget of truth, and even then, it's good for just looking at how something is. But not really hedge maze material.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out. I'm sure you're clever. We'll figure it out. Maybe there's like, I don't know, writings on this particular hedge maze.
I'm going to go with a gentle no.
Oh, well, fair. Wolf, how are you doing in line?
But in front.
Oh, okay.
You are very close to the front. There's maybe like a group in front of you of appears to be 4 girls. They're kind of very giggly. They're like, yeah, that's totally what a girl sounds like.
I hate
Yeah,
them.
Okay.
They're not going into the hedge maze to win.
I bet it's a trap.
The hedge maze or them?
Them.
Yes.
That's fair. You ask them questions and they just like turn out, oh, no, we're sirens.
Secretly, we're Fae. Give me your organs.
But after a while, they go through. And then it's only, well, I say only you, but it's like, what, 6, 7 of you now?
Yeah.
There's Silas, there's Mary, there's Aaron, there's Rusty, there's Wolf. Epos will eventually come back. There's Ash, wait, did I already say Ash?
No.
Okay, there's Ash, there's Prismelody, there's Bluebell. That's like 8 of you.
Yeah. Ipos basically just walks straight past the entire line waiting and just joins you at the front.
There's probably a few people who kind of like split and go like, hey, how come he... Oh.
Hi, Ipos. How you doing?
Ipos bored. Stupid magic box broke.
Oh, thank God. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Had weird warpy burny mark in the centre of it and buttons no work, and then it tries steal magic. It bad box.
I think I might have to go visit that.
Friend went to tell teacher. They sort it.
All right. Anyways, hello. You've got a lot going on. Why is it not raining? Not that I'm complaining. Aaron says as she addresses Maya.
That
in
would
Volva.
be my influence. I'm a little bit of a hydrokineticist. You're welcome.
Thank you. Those are words.
Thank you, Professor. That can be it. Seeing as you're the next group to go in, I have a few ground rules to lay down. First of all, I recommend not touching or attempting to go through the hedge walls. They have a little bit of a mind of their own, and, well, it's not fair to whoever made this maze to just cut your way through it. To that effect, Also, please refrain from aiming any form of fire or lightning into the hedge walls. They are partially resistant, but we would also, enjoy not having a massive blaze on the side of campus.
I assume that is part of the reason why you are here, then.
That is indeed part of the reason why I'm here, yes. Uh, lastly, you'll find numerous challenges within the maze. For you to exit, you either have to, she hands you a white token, crush this and essentially shout, "Get me out of here," and we will come retrieve you. Or you collect one of the tokens from one of the challenges and you'll be able to leave.
Okay. That seems fair enough.
Does the hedge maze look healthy?
Is that out of character question or to the
Out
professor?
of character question. Does the hedge
Okay.
maze look healthy?
It's pretty vibrant. Also, how knowledgeable is Wolf about plants?
I mean, academically knowledgeable, not at all. From a survival point of view, a little bit.
The hedge maze, it almost feels a bit too alive. Take that as you will.
Plus sort of goes up to a hedge and feels one of the leaves is like, oh, who made this a good job? It's very healthy.
Yes, it is very well cared for.
I feel suddenly swallowed by it.
Probably. I'm just basing that off, I have 1 rank in knowledge nature and he's a druid. So he can tell it's healthy, if nothing else.
Well, let us be on our way.
Indeed. And you can enter. Let me just very quickly make sure that, because this is one of the maps where I try to use dynamic lighting, because maze.
Yay!
Is it working? I believe it's L I'm supposed to press, or is it Control L? Oh, okay, yeah, it's not working.
Breaking the magic box.
It's supposed to. This worked when I did it earlier, or maybe it's because you don't actually. You don't have sight turned on. That's why. Surprisingly enough, you can't see unless you have eyes.
Yeah, that helps.
Wow. Who would have thought it?
Me. Let's see. Epos, can you see now?
I don't know.
We're not on that screen.
Yeah, no, you're not in the. I'm using the pressing thingamabob.
The Control L, that kind of works.
Yeah.
It kind of doesn't, I'll say.
It does. Okay.
If you wanted to make sure that it works, you need to go to the gear and say switch over to player.
Right. Worst case, it fucks up, and then oh well. I'll know not to use it for a future.
It does work. It takes a bit of setup, and I'm not entirely familiar with the setup process. It's I know in theory how it works. In practice, I have yet to implement it correctly.
That sounds like a great way of saying it's hard.
It is a bit complicated, yes.
Let me just make sure you all have sight, and then I shall flip you over.
All right.
I think you should turn on about the thing as well is update map when moving only. When placed, so we can't just drag your token around.
That should be fine. Your token's already there, and I've already set up so that you can't walk across the lines where...
Okay.
At least I'm hoping. Well, it's a learning experience, and hopefully it should be fun.
I think you should still do it update on drop only.
Okay.
I'ma break everything.
Yeah, simply for that fact.
It's what I do. I don't even mean to, I just sort of do it.
Okay.
And
away we go.
Boo 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 boo.
Alright,
where are we?
You should be at the top left.
Yep, I found.
Ah, there we go.
Ah,
this
yes.
is already looking fairly...
Yeah, it does update on place.
Okay.
And yeah, and like you said, even if it wasn't, we can't drag our tokens past the walls. So.
Ho 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 ho.
Wow. Okay, that works beautifully. Good job, J-Mac.
Woo!
Is there a limit on the distance it shows us, or like?
there shouldn't be. You should be able to
Right.
see anything that like you can draw a line to if you're token.
Right,
Okay, so
right.
it's not dark.
It's
No.
pretty bright out, I
It
guess.
is, however, kind of foggy to the point where like you can see that obviously the sky still exists, but you can't like see over the hedges.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay.
You
Hmm.
have
So-
a feeling magic bullshit.
Got it. Got
Yes.
it. I understood.
Silas is going to hit himself with heightened awareness. Because that seems like it's going to be a good thing in a maze.
Ipos is going to hit himself with a stick, because why did he didn't agree to come in here?
This is going to be weird and selfish, but can Rusty have sight, please?
Sure, because I already give sight to Prismelody.
Cool.
It's just I kind of assumed that you'd always be sat on Rusty unless.
Yeah, I might use him for like a scout because there's like maybe like a wall of fire or bees, so
Bees!
might not want to go
Bees.
through that myself.
Please.
Just-
Do bees count as an animal?
It becomes vermin.
Damn it.
vermin.
Can you not do
Cool.
vermin?
I don't know, it just says I can basically trick animals.
You cannot do vermin.
Yeah, you need to be Gathlin to do vermin
Or have vermin heart.
or the feet.
Oh well. Admittedly, it's kind of hard to. I mean, I could say sure you can do singular bees, but bee swarms are a bit harder. Okay,
Oh, can I do a bee swarm if I can make a high enough dance check?
maybe. we'll get to that when we get to that. But you're free to explore for now. What I will say is don't go running off too far. I know it's in some of your natures to go running off like way ahead. But,
Yes. Sideline.
okay, you wolf. Oh. I suppose also sideline, but I worse will say that of Cadme. But I'd say like never try and get to the point where it's like, oh, I'm in the middle of a map, and someone else is like, oh, I'm all the way in the top left or top right.
Mhm.
But yes, you can feel free to move. If I see someone move somewhere where something is important, I will call it out. And yes,
Oh, and the site,
It would
the
be wise for us
site's individual
To
as well.
systematically
Yes.
do the maze. We have no
Ippos, do you
idea.
see anything that way, or do we want to pick a way?
More path. Go left, right down there.
Okay.
It also slightly
Goes left,
bugs me
right.
that I can slightly see through the hedge in that corner.
shh. It's really hard. Like the issue is it doesn't let you draw tiny lines, or at least to the
Yeah,
point
no.
where it's like, let me fill in this gap. I have to draw an entirely new line.
I tried to do this in map tools, and I remember how much of a bitch that was.
I will be going at half speed, always looking for traps, because Rusty at half speed is still 30 feet.
Because please.
I can't see where the others are for how far
know.
away they are. And unless Rusty moves, I could see where Rusty was moving then, but I couldn't see what he could see.
Whack.
What he... Is anyone going to be following Ipos?
No, you said go down here.
No,
No.
people said there is left, right, as in like there's left, right in front of him, not as in.
Oh, yeah, I thought you said you go left, right.
I kind of literally did, but that's Ipos's mannerism of speaking.
Well, then you said the wrong information. Have fun. Bye.
Well, sorry, J-Mac.
Rest in peace, Epos, as he gets eaten alive by 15 children.
There's nothing
God.
down here.
I don't
Is
want to come
there-
back, but I don't want Ipos to be by himself. It's too much hassle for J-Mac.
You know, perhaps there are actually
Oh,
secret
I
passages
stood in the
through
hedge
here.
there.
Oh.
There was a
You can
corner
kind
there
of-
I could stand in.
And if you did, like, I will say out of character, you can technically go a bit into the hedge. It's just at the point where you start trying to like go over the middle barrier, you kind of stuff will
Yeah.
happen.
Oh, I can slowly edge my way through.
Damn it,
I told you I would break it.
that's fair.
Okay. do you
See,
think
I
there
go
could be
right way
secret
first time,
passage?
you silly people.
Do they often have secret passages within mazes?
Well, last I checked, is a secret passage. I mean, hedge mages generally don't just appear. So I'm under no impression that this is a normal hedge
We go right way. We smart people.
I don't see anything down here.
you
Aaron's just gonna make a
coming?
quick perception check.
I'm coming.
Incoming?
Nothing. Okay.
You find a berry.
I will not pick the berry.
You're about. I thought you were about to say I eat it.
No, I got from not cad me. Don't touch
I
the
mean,
berry. It's not important.
I could use it for good berry.
I don't know that.
Depending on how long we're going to be in this maze.
This is the campaign for the next 5 years.
I mean, tender.
Hmm?
Just don't go too far because it takes more for the entire party to keep.
That's fine.
That's their problem. I can't see where they are.
Well, yeah, that is actually your problem.
That's their problem.
Just think, if we lose where you go, we actually can't find you.
Will you slow down, Ipos?
You speed up, you slow people.
No, you're going to get lost if you keep doing this.
I know get lost, I know where I go.
Actually, the hedge maze seems fairly rudimentary, so maybe not.
All things considered, it does not seem like it wants to kill us at the moment, which is good.
I would expect not.
Ooh,
I'm
in the
sorry,
hedge
I
again.
don't know what to expect from the school. That's
Ooh,
why I was
long path. Long path.
I like to imagine that Apos is just like running full sprint. He just like goes into the maze and bounces off of it to move about.
Oh, many ways to go. Many, many ways.
As Apos,
Oh, never mind. Carry on.
yeah, as Apos gets there, let's see.
I'll
Nothing happens.
Oh. Just keeps going then. He's just going to see if that. No, it doesn't look like it loop. I just seeing if Puff looked like it looped round. It no look. I do see funny thing over there though. He points this way. Is that flowers or candles or?
I mean,
Candles. It looked like candles.
You're right. I do see candles. Huh.
Interesting. This may be one of the
See?
challenges the professor was talking about.
That
See,
might be
Ipos know
just
where
it.
Ipos goes.
Yeah, well then.
All right, everybody, let's go this way because it's the only way we know.
There's an altar of some sort, or a desk, something like that.
It does
Off to a
appear
good
to be an
start.
altar.
Off to a good start. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyone familiar with demon summoning?
I do not think
Yes.
that this is
I mean,
demon summoning.
I read it in a book once. It was very dramatic.
Is this demon altar or other altar?
I mean,
I doubt it is a demon altar. I don't think the Academy would be in business much for very long if it got out into the wider world that they were teaching demon summoning.
I mean,
It is explicitly banned within the school charter, so
Oh, I'm gonna roll knowledge planes. Is this some kind of summoning altar?
sure. For those of you who do want to try and learn more, it's planes or arcana.
Nope,
Well, I rolled
don't have
Arcana
either.
is-
We're gonna just sit here and contemplate how someone lit that many candles.
Oh, add +2 to that to the 28.
My friend could like this many. He does good fire. Very hot. Lots of fire.
Okay, let's see. This was. There we go. As Silas and Ash kind of look over, they kind of come to the general consensus. Yep, this feels like a summoning altar of some kind. As you kind of poke about, there's a few bowls filled with reagents. There's also just kind of like more candles, there's a few finger bones and such. And Ash can actually reach and open up that scroll that's in front.
Looks like ritual magic.
Yes, of some sort. You think... This green powder seems to be some kind of flammable... Ah, yes, as Aaron especially comes in as like, yes, I know thing. The green dust specifically appears to be some kind of flammable component, along with all the candles and, well, just the text on the scroll to Ash seems very archaic. You think this might be summoning some form of fire-related being?
this is a sulfur compound simply found near volcanoes. or geologically active sites. Yeah, it's maybe biological in nature. I mean, I'm getting other things out of it as she sort of tastes it for a brief moment, then shakes her head and wipes it off her tongue. Yeah, it's organic in nature with sulfur compounds. That is certainly flammable.
Well,
Rusty,
perhaps we should read the scroll.
that is certainly interesting. Erin sort of flips down her goggles and wants to see if these candles are magic, or if it's just a magic in the air.
Are you casting? Or are you using your?
I'm just using the fact if there's like an ongoing magical item effect.
As you test the candles, it doesn't appear to be like any kind of alchemical relighting. It does in fact appear to be a magical sort of reignition. And I have to ask, Ash, what languages do you know?
I know some languages, including Common, Celestial, Dwarven, Elven, and Draconic.
The language? No. That phrase kind of looks vaguely draconic, but no, you're not sure what this is. You do know that as you you're well read enough to that as you read it, you notice that like all very syllabic. Like you could probably read this out even without knowing what it says, just kind of making mouth noises.
You just won't know what it does before you finish casting it.
Well,
You get the feeling that's probably the key like aspect of the ritual. However, considering how everything else is in here, it might need a bit more to actually complete.
Right. Ash, catch. Erin tosses you a candle.
okay.
The reason I can throw it to you is that it automatically reignites. It's unique and magical in some nature, Erin says as she pockets a candle.
Aaron, we might, need that.
Is it
Wait,
laid out?
don't shove it inside your pockets if it reignites.
It's
That's wise.
I have unique pouches. Marie, look at this. It's not actually cloth, it's metallic.
Okay, that's good. I was worried that you were. I don't know. It's like don't shove your hair in it. Don't associate fire with cloth.
That's fair. It's a silver thread woven
Anyway,
thing.
while they're bantering, I'm gonna cast Read Magic on the scroll.
It does not actually get you anything.
I suppose the scroll's not also in Sylvan or Druidic.
No.
No, that doesn't make any sense to Whippos then.
You could make a linguistics check to try and figure it out.
I actually
least-
have linguistics, I believe. Yes, because
Someone had to learn common.
Yeah, someone had to learn common. No, 11. That's shite. I have linguistics, it is not a class skill, and I have no intelligence.
What language is it not?
It doesn't look. It doesn't look to be like people language. I can say that much. It isn't like very like. It isn't any of the like languages which you would recognize just from existing. Like it isn't halfling. It isn't dwarven. It isn't elven. Especially because a lot of you kind of collectively knock that off of the list.
Yeah,
Here,
it's
allow me.
not celestial either.
No,
Okay.
because Ash speaks that.
Is
And it's not necrotic. Okay.
is not Face speak or Wood speak either?
That is good to know. Maybe one of the elemental languages. I'm not really knowing of them, but I know they exist.
It could be Ignan. I know of them. I cannot speak it, but it could be Ignan considering the extreme presence of fire around here and in the ingredients.
Does anyone have a elemental language? They seem, from what I've read, they have the same root language, so maybe we can get something out of it.
Mario pipes up. I'm afraid not. Sorry. Could I see it, please?
Yeah, here, Ash, you're looking at it?
Mm-hmm. Ash just kind of steps away.
Let's see. Mary kind of looks at this for a couple of probably about 20 seconds before she like slaps it closed. Yeah, this is Ignan. I recognize it just from some texts. It's Ignan's weirdly pointy. I'm not entirely sure why.
Oh, I mean, Have you seen fire? It tends to be very pointy at the top. Does it have like a rounded bottom? Is that how you can tell a difference in pointy top?
She kind of looks at the scroll again. I guess some of these have around the bottom.
Okay, I'll keep that in note. I don't actually know what the distinct features of each elemental language is, but I suppose I'll just put that in my mental note.
She hands it back to Ash.
Oh my god, they have finger bones on the table? Okay, Ash, this actually might be a little bit your specialty. I can help you and tell you what the other alchemical reagents are, but I'm not really familiar with any forms of rituals.
Well, let's take a crack at this.
Well, give me a moment. I'm trying to figure out what the other stuff is on the
Oh,
table, so that is
thing
actually
come
just
down. Thing come, and then go
What?
again.
What?
What?
Little thing come round corner. Wolf, you saw, right?
What thing?
What thing was it, J-Mac?
As Epos was kind of speaking to both, Epos noticed a white rabbit just kind of hop about. I kind of spotted Epos looking and kind of went back around the corner.
Little bunny bun. Little white thing.
Maybe it's just lost in the hedge maze. Or it's
Mm,
when okay, time out. Just because, oh, jeez. Epos!
Shush.
Let
Thank you, Wolf.
let them go. They can take care of themselves. We will deal with the
I
ritual.
know, just buddy system, too evil.
There is indeed a white rabbit.
Ipos is basically just observing the rabbit right now, trying to tell if it looks lost or purposefully here or
Intelligent beyond it should be.
yeah, intelligent.
It's actually a headmaster. Can you both roll me a perception check? We'll find Epos.
Why perception? Can I roll anything else with my druidness?
No, I'm afraid.
Fuck me.
It isn't actually particularly hard to notice, but this specific rabbit has a little bell around its neck. Both of you would actually notice something odd.
Hmm?
It isn't making any noise as it kind of hops about. It's also just kind of meandering about.
It doesn't, there's no, the sound of crunching grass or anything as it hops about. It's literally just silent.
It's literally silent.
It's not real.
The bell and
It's fake.
footsteps.
It was a sort of whispering to Wolf, it's not real, it's fake, Bun Bun.
No, it's there. I see it.
No, shh, listen. No noise, no little bell ting, no crunchy grass. It's not real. I'm not even going to save to disbelieve because Ipos just believes it's not real.
I mean, influence, yeah.
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 Now the question is, what do I do with this knowledge?
We follow the rabbit.
I am basically going to be following the rabbit for now.
There's an entire saying about don't follow the white rabbit. I'm sorry.
Epos does not read books. He has not heard of this saying.
And I have below 10 wisdom.
Okay, carry on. Follow the rabbit.
Meanwhile, I'm going to commence the demon summoning.
Okay. With your earlier... You rolled pretty good Arcana, didn't you? Planes.
Mhm.
Right, you specifically roll planes, you specifically roll Arcana.
Yeah, we should work
First
together.
of all, yes. I'll start with Erin, for she discovers something very specific about one of the compounds on the table. One of them appears to be like almost an alloy of quicksilver.
Mercury shouldn't have tasted that. Tastes like metal, okay, and that's not okay. Great, lovely. I'm gonna get more blotchy. That's fantastic. Okay, yeah, that's mercury. It probably is alloyed with something. Mercury tends to make an amalgam. I don't know what it's with. Mercury tends to just drown out every other taste of everything. But if you want to give me a few seconds, I can see what it burns like and get the color of the flame. Aaron takes a little scoop of a teaspoon of something and heats it over a fire to see what color flame it produces. With that, you can actually get the type of metal it is.
A simple flame test.
Sure. If you want to kind of just like throw it, fuck what?
Just
Mercury
throw it like a
specific-
little powder substance and put it over a candle and see what it sparks with flame color. Like copper's green, cobalt's
Yeah.
blue.
No, I'm just trying to think of what color mercury burn.
Generally deep red, but if it's an amalgam of something, the other metal generally shines through more.
Okay. As you kind of throw it on, yeah, it's more of an orange. But also, are you just kind of tossing it on one of the candles?
Yeah, sure.
As you do that, technically you would have found this out from your alchemy roll to begin with. Fuck. Yeah, it's right. Okay. But the compound kind of just races, it kind of hits the candle, burns into this orange light, and then it races around the room, revealing this.
Ah.
I regret not being able to see it.
Oh.
Ah.
that's technically true, isn't it? If you want, I can plop them Mary and yeah, I should probably here. Let me do that.
I mean, we don't need sight.
I know, but it's good for the stream.
I'm really curious of what it actually is.
It's really impressive of what it is, and I know
I
exactly.
hate
what
you.
hack
I
got
hate
that
you
out
so
of.
much.
It's very
just,
green.
Very good.
Generic token. All players has sight. There you go. Should be able to see from Marie now, I think.
Oh, yes, that is very green.
Good luck.
It appears there's a bit more to this ritual than you might have thought.
Just a wee bit.
Interesting. Well then, let's give this a look.
Well, I'm going to let you have a little think about that as I flash over to the rabbit. As the rabbit kind of goes down this one corridor, yeah, you notice footprints, but it just kind of turns to look to you.
Does it react at all as I approach it?
Yes, in fact, basically spins around and bolts.
Aww.
You're technically within range if you want to attempt to grab it, but otherwise it's got a bolt.
I'm wanting to try and grab the bell.
Sure, that's another option. I think that's a steal?
Yeah, it'd be still the target is aware of you.
It's just a CMB check, yes? Do I get bonuses for size?
That is already calculated at CMD, I believe.
Yeah, because it has a lower
right.
CMD because it's tiny.
7!
I don't believe it's going to be that low.
I have a -2 on my CMB.
Actually, that fucking meets.
Nice.
I stole its bell.
You post your tiny little kobold fingers, indeed managed to make purchase onto the bell. What you do know is only the bell comes off. You don't actually manage to get the collar that's kind of around its neck. But as you hold it, it still makes no noise.
I knew rabbit not real. Silly little bun.
You also notice the
bell
rabbit
real?
just like... It seems so. You also notice the rabbit just kamikaze straight through this wall.
Pshoom. Now,
I chase the rabbit.
Sure.
Examining the bell, does it seem to have like the clacker and everything? Like everything it would need to make noise is just not making noise.
It's got a wee silver ball in it. You can even shake it around and notice it go like inside, but it just makes no noise. As you hold it, you don't have spellcraft, do you?
I do not.
Neither of us do.
I can detect magic it, but I have no idea what comes up because I don't have spellcraft.
I mean, would you cast detect magic?
Yeah, I mean it's weird.
That's fair.
Hippos knows bells. He fixed the big bell. He found a little bell in the big bell, and he knows bells make noises, and this not make noise. Why does it not make noise?
as you cast, how does Epos' detect magic actually look to him when he sees magic? Is it anything specific?
I have no idea.
In which case, we'll go with the general for now. Epos indeed sees kind of the faint shimmer of magic around the object, but it's not something he's really ever been good at interpreting. It's just kind of sits there weakly.
Plus just sort of runs up to Wolf and taps him on the shoulder. It's like, looky, it's magic! Magic shiny.
Is it magic?
What's that?
Is it magic?
It's magic. No, and he shakes it about. No sound. Don't know why. Magic sound.
Looks broken.
No, not broken. Look, it has little clacky thing, and it hit the side, and it should make sound, but it not make sound. It's magic.
It's not making noise, so it must be broken.
No. Magic make not noise.
Anyway, we're gonna follow the rabbit. Wait, what's this?
There's a pedestal. There's nothing on it seems.
Is there a rabbit?
There's not a rabbit. You did specifically see it kind of just like jump through the hedge at the bottom.
That is sad.
Did the hedge behave as it should as the rabbit jumped through it?
You didn't. You know how like
To be
when
fair,
you, like, poke your
to be
finger into
fair,
jelly.
Yeah, to be fair, I was far away and I have no perception.
Yeah,
It would be
but
hard to pick
so
out details.
It is sort of like when you stick your finger into jelly, but you're not entirely sure what happened after the finger went in. The finger being the rabbit.
He was just going to basically walk straight across whatever this thing is and try and poke the hedge and see if his hand goes into jelly.
You're sticking your hand through the hedge.
He's not trying to crawl through it or anything, he's just pressing against the hedge to see if he presses into jelly or if it behaves like a hedge should behave.
Okay.
Is it hedge-like?
Hedge-like in nature?
I need to roll something for you.
Oh, god damn
What's
it.
your AC?
Bad. My AC
okay,
is 14?
I'm afraid that's not gonna matter. I rolled a 19. As you kind of stick your hand in, a tiny little vein, probably located as an actual main body of the hedge itself, it kind of just constricts around one of your fingers. You take a point of damage.
I pull back.
The vein lets go.
Yeah, bad hedge. Naughty bad.
Finger feels a bit mangled.
He sort of baps the hedge lightly with his stick and just steps back. Silly bun must be part of weird hedge thing. Hedge try eat me. It no eat bunny though.
But how can bunny be part of hedge? Bunny is an animal. That's a plant.
No, I said bunny fake. Bunny not real bunny.
Meanwhile, Wolf is like staring at like, what is this in the middle? Is this stone?
It's
What,
like,
stone?
seems, yeah, it appears to be some kind of like marble pedestal.
Is there anything written on it?
There's not. There's just these. The footsteps kind of around the pedestal are made different shapes and sizes. We've kind of created this big muddy tract around it, but it doesn't even look like anyone's touched the pedestal. It's pristine.
I mean, I literally just walked across it to get to the hedge. Is it still
Okay,
pristine?
it's slightly less pristine.
I poke the pedestal.
Does the pedestal register as magical?
The pedestal, no. If anything, it's a bit oddly unmagical compared to everything else in here. And as Wolf kind of
Pokes it.
poke it, yeah, it just feels like regular cold stone.
Anything odd? Does anything seem odd to me about the footsteps?
Perhaps. I'm trying to think. But one thing you can definitely see is some of them look like it's like they barely even touched the ground. Some of them look like they've probably went in further than any person has any right to. There's no pattern. In fact, half of the steps don't even seem to match up to where like someone should have stepped beforehand.
Hmm. That's weird. It's very weird.
Shouldn't have used the smite candles.
You want to run round, follow footsteps? Go round, see what happen?
I could try.
Ipos has a very simple way of thinking. And he'll also, like, place the bell on, like, the center of the pedestal and see if anything happens.
It, in fact, does not.
Didn't think so. He'll take it and pick it up again, though. He has a treasure.
I don't.
As you kind of run around, well, the ground's certainly getting a lot muddier. You feel a little bit dizzy, maybe, but nothing happens.
Does his footprints look like they should?
Yes, in fact, we do. Nothing strange, at least within that regard.
He thinks this may be red fishy fish and not really part of test, but then why Bunny come down here?
Fish. What's fish got to do with this?
This is what people say when it looked like it part of something but not part of something. A tricky trick.
You okay, Ipos?
Ipos fine. Ipos good.
He looks funnily, Ipos, like he's talking crazy.
I mean, he is slightly crazy, but he knows what he's talking about. It's not his fault if you are all too silly to understand.
But Wolf will kind of peer over. Is there anything? Do the footprints seem to go back up north again?
There is one. One set of footprints that goes back up north. You can barely even see it.
I want to follow them.
Was there any
Sure.
footprints that came down into here?
Yes.
Like many
In
came
fact,
in
the one,
and only one
the one
came
that
out?
yeah. In fact, the one that you can kind of see going that is there is the one that actually leads down. It's more like the footsteps that are like on the left side also aren't on the map because I didn't think about this. But and also I didn't have something that's light enough. It's as if someone kind of only just really disturbed the grass, nothing else.
Yeah, I want to try following these footprints.
Sure. As you kind of come to here, the end.
No sign of them at all.
Nope. It's as if they just went away with the wind.
Maybe they're one of those weird windy people that sort of floaty about.
Is there any signs anyone's been through here?
Not beyond you and... I mean, I suppose if you're particularly good at tracking, you might even be able to see the rabbit's footsteps, but no.
Wolf looks very confused.
So does Ipos. This is not the sort of task they are good at, I think.
It depends. But, well, you think that over. Oh, I will leave you with this one tidbit. Do you ever look left or right?
I mean, yes.
You see yourselves.
What?
It's
What?
that sort of mirror effect where, oh, you stand between two mirrors and suddenly there's
That's
like
why
hundreds of you.
That's why I can't see very far.
Yes.
I was wondering why I could only see like 4 tiles either side of us.
I was hoping one of you had mentioned that, but I guess if it's very easy to get distracted when you have potential clues in front of you. But yeah, there's many yous.
If I sort of walk off one way, do I come in the other way? Like if I walk left or I appear on Wolf's right.
It's almost as if you never left the spot. Also, as Rusty comes across here, he doesn't see Epos or Wolf.
Eagle, sit down.
He can, like, Wolf, or Rusty could technically pass this, like, area where I know you can't technically see, but he doesn't see Epos or Wolf where he currently is.
Rusty! Rusty!
Could we see Rusty?
No.
Oh.
Sorry. And also, thingy, Rusty doesn't hear any shouting either. It's as if they were not very spooky.
I throw something at one of the other Eposes. I just like pick up a clod of dirt and throw it.
Give me a ranged attack roll.
Oh, that was bad.
What's
12.
your touch AC?
Higher than that, yours will be.
13.
Okay, you managed to go, and duck out of the way as a clump of mud kind of flies past you. Thankfully, it does not achieve the portal effect of infinite going and therefore becoming,
It doesn't keep gaining speed.
Yeah, we're not thinking that far ahead of portals.
Momentum is conserved through portals.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, momentum is conserved, so if he's tossing it sideways, because of gravitational force, it's losing momentum as it travels through portals.
Yeah, it falls to the ground. We don't... No perpetual motion or whatever here. Yes, now we will flash to Ritual Group.